Hello everybody, welcome back to Classic Arcade Repairs. This is Sean with you. And today I am going to be starting a Robby Roto Midway card rack system board set repair. And since this is going to be a pretty involved process with all of the maintenance that goes into the cage and everything, I'm going to be splitting this one up into like a series. I'm not gonna, because it's just easier for me to do it that way with this kind of a repair where there's so much conditioning that has to be done to the board set. So this is part one, Robby Roto. And what part one is basically going to consist of is I'm going to take you through how I will build the harness for this. Now I've already got the power because I just finished a space zap. So I've got the power done. But I have to do the pinout to interface to my setup. So that's what we're going to do. And Robby Roto is a color game, but since I don't have the RGB interface PCB, we're going to look at it on the black and white monitor, just like we did Space Zap. So that is the plan, Stan. Yeah, so first thing to do is look at these things I got printed off. And these are our pinouts. So here we have, these are on the game PCB. You have a 24 position that's got your right left magic button. I'm going to play Robby Roto on MAME. You know, that's what we should do, is we should set this camera up. I'm going to play it on MAME because I am not familiar with this game. And, yeah, we got audio. We're just going to use audio 1 and ground. So that's the 11 position. You know, pin 4 is going to be our audio, and ground looks like it'll be pin 11. Audio return actually 6. So we'll go 4 and 6. That'll be our audio. And we'll do a coin and where's our start? Select one player. Okay, that's all. Coin and one player is all on that guy. This is where our video comes off, which is J3 on the game PCB. J3 video right here. Video is pin 11. And those are the these are the signals that go to the RGB interface. These 3 signals. All we care about is this video signal. And of course ground. So video signal is 11 on J3. So we're going to have 11 and our ground will be 12 right next to each other. So our ground will be 12, video signal is 11, that'll go to our black and white monitor. So I'm going to determine the length of these wires, and I'm going to make them longer than I did for Space Zap because I thought they were long enough, and they are really, but I want more slack. So I'm going to make these probably from here, the end of this table, I'll probably go to about right the end of this. I'll do the length of this mat, the length of the blue mat for the wiring. There's going to be a lot of wire, but we got our box of junk wire over here. You guys are not going to believe what I found in that junk wire when I was wiring up Space Zap. I'm going to show you what I found. And this stuff came from, I believe, from my friend Todd. Gave me this box of just wire. Remember, this is going to be my Berserk, right? I'm going to make a Berserk out of this. And I cannot believe I found this. In that junk was this harness. And this harness is Berserk. Are you kidding me? So I took that and I separated it out and I put it in here. It's hacked up a little bit. You know, it's got some hackage on it, but that's okay. That's a nearly complete harness, it looks like. I mean, score, you know. Yeah, so, okay. So I'm going to start picking some wire. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to count every wire that I need. I'm going to give it a color and go from there. Okay, I have J1 right here. That is this guy, J1. And then J2 and 3, I'm just going to use one big thing here to span the whole thing, J2 and J3, because I do have wires on both J2 and J3. So 2 connectors for this guy. Robby Roto. And here is the board set. I just popped this up so that we can look at that. And yeah. Okay. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to start grabbing some wire and kind of mapping it to this. So let's do it. Guys, look at what I just pulled out of the box. I just put this box over here, starting to go through wire, and I pulled this out of the box. This is Berserk. It is an absolutely complete, unhacked PCB interconnect harness for Berserk. Unbelievable. What a score. I've got the board set for Berserk. I've got a harness now for Berserk. I got a cabinet for Berserk. I've got the monitor. I've got everything for this. I need to get a marquee and a control panel. Marquee and control panel, and I'm in. And that'll be another series to go through. And then we've got the Star Trek. I want to put that back together. The monitor and stuff's right there. Yeah. Future plans. All right, just wanted to point that out really quick. What a score. Unbelievable. All right. Thank you, Todd. Because I know this box came from Todd. I'm sure it did. I don't know where else I would have got it. So, all right. Awesome. Okay, so I have mapped out my colors. This is my audio, which is a twisted pair. Which is right here, twisted pair, white and brown. That's audio. And then video, I'm using white for the video signal and the green and black right here, for that will be my ground. There's the video right there. White, green, and black. Okay, and then over here, one player coin switch is just a short wire that you ground to the cage to coin it up. So that's not actually going to my interface. So that's just like a partial wire. But for the test, I'm going to wire test up, and that's going to be orange and white. I'm going to, of course, up. Up is always kind of brown. I always do down as orange. And left is going to be yellow today. Right is going to be red and blue, red with blue. And the magic button is going to be red with green. And of course, one player start is just a partial wire. So whatever scrap I have laying around, it's just, that's a partial wire that you just ground to the case, the cage. So yeah. Now we've got our wires mapped out. We'll go ahead and start stripping one end and crimping on the little Molex pins to go into the Molex connector. That's it. Let's get to it. Okie dokie. Just kind of let the camera go for a little bit. I know you guys love my crimper. I know you love it. Okay. We'll just start picking wires and doing them. I need my glasses. I had to go get me a cup of coffee for this. My Coke bottle glasses. and my wonderful crimper. Oops. It's wonderful. Isn't that lovely? I'm going to check this out really quick. Yeah, you got a good view of everything going on. Nice wide pan. You know what? Maybe I can zoom her in just a little bit. Yeah, just make sure I keep working right about where the center of the paper is. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let it run for a little bit. Kinda. Okay, yellow. What did I say yellow was? That is going to be J1. And this goes on the board set like that. And this is 1, this is 24. So yellow is 11. So let's count to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Boom. Okay. Yellow's done. Now let's do, let's just grab them. This is orange and white. Orange with white. Okay, orange with white is the test switch, which is J24 or J1, pin 20. Pin 20 of the same guy. So if this is 11, that's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that's right. 4 to the end. Okay. Let's grab this guy. This is red with blue. Come on. Huh. I've got this thing set really loose as to not tear wires off of it. So sometimes it just doesn't want to grab the wire or grab the insulation, which I'd rather that than pull wires out. We don't need that. We need all those wires that we can get. Okay, this is red with blue, which is number 12 of this guy. Numero 12. So that's going to be right here. Okay. Now let's go brown. Beautiful. Okay. Brown is 9. Pin number 9. So if this one was 11, then that's 10, this is 9. Bingo. Let's do red with green. This is the fun part of arcade board repair services. Building harnesses for new repairs. And unfortunately, okay, this is number 14. Unfortunately, every one of these card rack systems has a different pinout. 11, 12, 13, 14. Every one of these card rack system games has a different pinout. So you got to make a different loom basically for each one. I could do it all on one, but it would be such a cluster with wires soldered to the same spot and stuff. I'd rather just do, each of them have their own harness. We're going orange now. And that is number 10. That's right next to brown. What can brown do for you? That's up, down, left, right, fire, and test. Test. Up, down, left, right, fire. This guy's done. So we can twist this all up. This one is not going to get any more wires. So I'm going to twist this up. And then I'm going to start wire tying it. See, I just kind of twist it, you know. And let me grab my wire ties. I don't really need these big ones. I'll grab some of the smaller ones. Okay. Put another one right here. And twist them up a little bit more and put one right here. And twist them up a little bit more. And let's do one more tie right here. Sweet. So that one is done. Done. J1. Okay. All right. Set this guy aside, and we're going to move on to J2. Set this guy aside as well. That one's done. J3. Let's do J2 first. I want to do this one. Oh, this is just the audio. That's easy. Okay. Let's go ahead and do. Okay. And crimp and double crimp and insulation crimp. And let's do this side. This is audio and audio ground. Get that guy out of the way. And crimp and double crimp and insulation crimp. Okay. All right. And those are J2, which is this side of this thing. And it's an 11 position. But we want 4. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. 6 is round. So there's our audio. Okay. And now we'll do our video. Okay. 1 crimp to crimp. And okay, this is our video signal, which is J3 part of this guy, and it is 11. And it looks like it's a 12 position. So it's going to be all the way to the end. I'm going to check out, pull the board out here. Oh, grab this board. Okay, yeah. Yep, we have an 11 position and then a 12 position. So number 11 number 11 will be video number 11. So that is the almost end. And then number 12, the very end, is going to be the ground. My wonderful crimper. Okay, that guy goes to the very end. There. Now we want to twist. I want to twist the green and the white video together. I want those twisted up. Pretty good. Okay, and then I want these to all be tied together, and we'll go yellow this time. Okay, let me grab 1, 2, 3 more yellow things, and we're going to kind of twist these together a little bit. Okay, and then we'll put another yellow right here. Put us another yellow right here. And we'll put us another yellow right here. Another yeller. Okay. Now we have our interfaces pinned and good to go. So now we need to do is get a fingerboard and solder these wires onto the fingerboard to go into to interface with my setup. So let me get that all ready to go and be right back, guys. Okay guys, now how this works is I have painstakingly taken the time to label everything on my connector here. Now the power is what it was with the JAMA. Then I've got 10.3, all these voltages coming off of my AR. 10.3 unregulated, negative 22. We got audio 1 and audio 2 is on the opposite side. That's going to the AR. That's Atari board's audio. And if it's just needs to go to a speaker and not be amplified, then you got the speaker there. You got negative 5. Here's my video connections. Red, blue, ground. Sync and green are on the other side. And you got test. That goes to this test switch. And then I've got various different sync signals. I got a negative horizontal sync signal there that goes to this guy, and I plug in. See, I've got the black and white guy plugged in right now. So you got black wire going to ground, and then black and white video is that white wire going out, and that goes to my black and white monitor. I just stick these over here to keep them out of the way for now. When I'm doing a color game, these go over here, red, green, blue, ground. But when I'm doing black and white, I just unplug them, I plug them in over here, and then I plug that in there, just so that they're not dangling. Okay, and then you've got your grounds over here. Positive horizontal sync. There's my black and white video. XYZ ground for vector. And I got Z, the Z input, the Y input, and the X input there. I've got 36 volts AC out. There's a vertical sync signal, negative vertical sync signal. Those all go to this. If there's a board that uses that sync, I can wire it to here, and then I can send it from here to my monitor. And on the back side we have more, this is the solder side. We've got another 10.3. There's positive 22. The other side had negative 22. There's the other audio and the other speaker. There's your video green and your negative composite. You got positive composite. I got a 5 volt DC out, I believe. The other half of the 36 volt AC. And then this goes to my Atari joystick, which is peeling off. But it's up, down, left, right, button, paddle A, paddle B. I put that there. I never use it. But why not? I put it there anyway. I wired it to this. That goes to this, and then that goes to my Atari joystick. So that's how that works. So then I have this, where I just solder these wires from this to that, plug it into there, and then I'm good to go. So I'll take you through that. Okay, it looks like we're about right here, yeah. So I'm going to try to work right here. So we'll move this guy here and flip it over, because this is the first positive side. Got to turn the iron on and get my solder and stuff, and actually turn my iron off, because I like to use a different tip for this. This guy right here, this big chisel. Let's fire that up. Okay, the big chisel. Get my helping hands to hold wires when I tin them. Get that out of the way for now, though. Get my glasses on. Okay, I'm going to go through and tin everything that I already know I'm going to use. Okay, I'm going to use ground, of course. Okay, and then black and white video, which is 25. Okay, that's that. Audio is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. No, I am not sending this to audio. That's something that I'll show you what I'm doing with the audio. I'm not doing that. I'm sending that to my computer speaker amplifier. So that test is 16, so we'll tin test. And then flip this thing over, and we're going to do number 20, which is up. 21 is down. Left. Right. button. And then to get this thing grounded, all I have to do is short this guy. This is my ground for the joystick. All I have to do is short it to this ground. So we'll just pile in solder here and short that out. Just like that. And now it's solid. So we'll set this guy aside and we'll start stripping, tinning, putting these where they go. Okay. Yellow is, grab my sheet over here. Yellow was left. So left is up, down, left. Up, down, left. That guy right there. This is fire, I remember. The button. Yes, red and green is button, which is this input. Okay. And solid orange is down. Okay, up, down, solid orange is down, which is right here. Okay, and then brown is up. All of this, all of the prep work that goes into repairing a board. It's crazy, isn't it? This is right. But from here on out, I get a Robby Roto board set to repair. I'll never have to mess with making a harness for it. I've got a bin full of harness adapters, and this one was test, which is 16 on the opposite side. That goes here. Okay. All right. Good. And now, all I'm doing to this is video. I'm going to kind of twist these together a bit so that they stay nice and together. And we're going to do video, which is white. Okay. That goes right here. And green is ground. Video ground. Video return. Okay. Done. Now this audio is different because what I need to do is solder a 2-pin thing on here because my amplifier will plug into those. So what I'm going to do, and I'll show you, is strip these and tin them. Okay, and I want to trim these back. They don't need to be that long. So let's just give that a clip, and then give this a clip. And let me grab a header. We'll be back. We'll solder that on there, and I'll show you exactly how that works. Okay, and there is my 2-pin header that is going to go onto this audio. These audio wires, and we'll go ahead and tin these. Okay, put some heat shrink down my wires. Okay, and then just solder these to this. Without, you don't want to be messing with, you want it to be good. Okay, there we go. And we're going to slide our heat shrink up. Okay. Okay. And that is that. So there's our little audio plug in it. I'm gonna let it settle down. It's hot. So that's that. We got every connection that we're going to use on that. So there is our Robby Roto harness, and of course I make a little tag, put on there, Robby Roto. I'm going to finish zip tying this thing up a little bit, making it nice and neat, and we'll hook it up. Okay guys, and here is the hodgepodge of everything that you need to fire up a Robby Roto. In black and white, mind you. I do not have the RGB interface, so we're doing this in black and white. But in order to get sound, because sound is not amplified on board, what I have here is, this is out of a computer speaker set, which I have adapted to my needs. You see here, this is my input. And I did this because that is perfect for Nintendo, right? To plug into a Donkey Kong, the little pins. That's why I soldered this onto my the audio. I can plug in and send this to my amplifier through this. I've had this speaker amplifier thing right here since 2002, when I built my first main machine. This is what I used for sound, because I had a real speaker, a real arcade speaker, and I ran it through this up to the speaker. This goes to the, this is the interface to the speaker itself right here, you know. But yeah, then I got the power supply here. So that is how I'm amplifying sound. This is a reset circuit that I made. All this does is on my switching power supply that I'm going to power this board with, I have 5 volts and ground tapped off of it right here. That plugs into right here, and that powers this little circuit. All it is an inverter with a capacitor and a resistor. And all it does is it charges a capacitor. This will start off when it first turns on. This will turn on. It'll be low, and it takes a split second to charge this capacitor, and then it goes high. So I can either tap the high for a Z80, or I can do the inverted off of this for an 80-80, right? You switch on, it starts low immediately. The capacitor charges and it sends a high to here. So it starts off low and then goes high once this charges. Well, if you want the inverted signal, then you just tap off of the inverted output. So it'll start high and then go low once this charges. If you know what I mean. Pin 1, when you first fire this thing up, this inverter, pin 1 will be low until this charges. And then pin 1 goes high. So that's your reset signal for a Z80. Starts low and then goes high. Well, if you want to run an 80-80, then you run off of pin 2, which starts high because pin 1 is low, right? When this charges, pin 1 goes high, pin 2 goes low. So that's your signal. That's your reset signal for the 80-80. That's all it is. It's a little simple circuit. It's a reset circuit. So you've got your reset circuit, you've got your speaker amplifier, I've got my power. This plugs into my switching power supply. The reset right here, reset signal, plugs into this. This is the reset that goes to the card cage. And then this is what I just built. The Robby Roto adapter to my interface. See, it plugs in here. You got the orange wire, that is test. That's the test signal. And then you've got black and white video and ground. And on the other side you got up, down, left, right, and fire. So we're ready to set the card cage up here, hook everything up and fire it up and see if it does anything at all. Okay, and this is what it looks like all hooked up. We got J1 to J1, J2 and 3, this is the other one. So those are hooked up. That runs to here. We have our audio. Remember, this is the audio out going to my amplifier, which is setting over here. And that is plugged in. I need to plug in this is the switching power supply. I turn it on with this switch. That turns the audio amp and the power on at the same time. The audio amp sits up here and it's plugged in to my speaker interface here. Yep. So this is our power input, and our reset circuit is plugged in, and you got to make sure that you plug this in the right way. You got the green as ground and then black as ground, so it's good to go. So we're ready to fire this thing up. I've already got the monitor plugged in, so I will go ahead and switch it on, and I'm going to listen to the power supply, and if I hear it tick 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 tick, you got to turn it right off. So I'll keep my ears open for that, and I'm going to go ahead and switch it on. Okay, it's doing a little reset action. Yeah, it's just resetting. So awesome. I mean, that's better than it. I mean, it's not good. Let's not kid ourselves. It's not great, but all right. I'm going to go ahead one turn, one try, just try to cycle the power. No, it's just resetting. Okay. Alright guys, well, that was a pretty involved video. I'm going to call this one part 1. And then we'll move right into part 2. Part 2, I think, is going to be reconditioning the cage. So that's what we'll do. Part 2 will be cage reconditioning, and then part 3 will probably be PCB reconditioning. So we'll see ya. I will see you for that. Thanks, guys.